Welcome to our daily Forex market analysis, and this is for trading on August the 7th, 2020. Just a quick disclaimer here before we get started. This is for educational purposes only. Trading is a risky business, so please be careful with your money. As usual, we'll start off by taking a look at our calendar here. So today we did have Bank of England monetary policy statement. They kept everything as it had been previously, so nothing changed. So that was almost a non-event here. And then coming up in this New York session, in the Asian session here, we have a monetary policy statement here from Reserve Bank of Australia, and then trade balance numbers for China. And then Friday, a very important day, and we have non-farm payroll numbers. So generally, non-farm payroll is a big event, usually a market moving event, a lot of volatility around this. So just be aware of that. And right now, we see in terms of the numbers here, the employment numbers, we saw that the ADP numbers came in really low. So the expected number was above 1 million, and we only got 167,000 new jobs that were added. So here we are looking for a 1.5 million new jobs that will be added. And if this numbers comes in below expectations, we could see stock market drop as a result of that. US dollar, of course, has been taking a hit. It's been down for quite some time, and I would expect it to continue to do so. With the numbers coming out negative, it will be negative for US dollar, but it would also be negative for the stock market. So keep an eye on that. But if the numbers come in positive for some reason, then we're likely to see the stock market go up. And another thing that's dominating the stock market right now, or the stock market moves, would be in regards to the stimulus package that is being discussed or being negotiated right now between Republicans and Democrats in the US. So technically, they're supposed to break for the summer break tomorrow, but there have been comments saying that they're going to basically stay in session till they reach an agreement. So they're going to extend that by another week. So we'll see how that plays out. For now, there is no agreement. So they're not close to an agreement at this point. And we'll see how, if the stimulus gets passed, that will be positive for the stock market, and we're likely to see the US dollar drop as a result of that. But the stock markets will go up, which means all the dollar crosses, all the yen crosses, Swiss franc crosses are likely to go up as a result of that as well. And then we also have Canadian numbers here. So for Canada, expecting about almost 400,000 new jobs to be added. Now, there's a bit of a difference between US and Canada, where the US, the virus numbers have grown substantially. They have grown in Canada as well, but not to the same extent. So that's where we'll have to see how the data comes out. If the data is below expectations, that would be negative for Canadian dollar. If it meets the expectations, or if it exceeds the expectations, that would be good for Canadian dollar. So we'll keep an eye on that. So let's go on to the charts now. As usual, we'll start off with our euro dollar here. So today's candle close is neutral. We'll see that the price has been trading in this range over the last several days here, almost 2 weeks. And now price did retest this high. This is the third retest of it, and price wasn't able to go through it. Now, prior to the non-farm payroll numbers, we do expect a sideways market, so that's normal. But what I'm looking for here is a retest. If it fails, then we're looking for that drop. So right now, price is just holding sideways, but should it fail again, then we're looking for a drop. But once, so let's say the numbers come in worse than expected, then I will look for that move through the resistance and a further move to the upside. So right now bias is neutral to slightly bullish here because it's still holding the highs here, but we'll have to see what happens at this resistance of 1.1920. So right now, a bias is neutral to slightly bullish for euro dollar. Overall, though, the bias is still bullish, and in the coming months, we're likely to see euro appreciate further. For now, on a day-to-day basis, this is looking neutral. Pound dollar here, this one's still trading in that range. We did see that price moved up higher, and most of these crosses have been going up because US dollar has been so weak. So it's not so much the bullishness in a British pound or other dollar crosses that's causing it to go up. It's actually the US dollar being weak that's causing them to go up. So at this point, we see that price is into resistance. So I've looked for a retest here. So bias is neutral to slightly bullish. It is holding this support level here, but as we can see, price is into resistance right here. And then we have some major support or support and resistance level coming up into 1.3220. So bias is neutral to bullish. I will look for a retest of 1.3170. And if it holds, then I'm looking for that drop, but it could also go through it into 1.3220. So neutral to slightly bullish bias here for pound dollar as well. Aussie dollar here, we see that Aussie has broken out of the range. It hasn't quite closed above the previous high, but it has closed above that range that it had been trading in. So this is looking bullish. Next target is 0.7300 and then 0.7350. So bias here is bullish for Aussie dollar. New Zealand dollar here, this one has been trading in a range at the moment. We do have the bullish candle close for the day, and with Aussie having already broken out of the range, if this goes through this resistance, next target here is 0.6750. So bullish bias here for New Zealand dollar as well. The only caution here would be if it doesn't go through the resistance here, we could see this move back into the range. So watch out for that. But overall, once we see the break here, we're looking for price to get through here. So bullish bias for New Zealand dollar. Dollar CAD here, this one, we see that price did bounce off of the support level here. And as we can see, this is where we are all the way into the support resistance level. Price has reacted to this level several times. Now we do have the numbers coming out, the employment numbers coming out tomorrow. So we'll have to watch out for that. The dollar CAD will be impacted by both the non-farm payroll numbers as well as the Canadian numbers. So this can get volatile tomorrow. So keep that in mind. For today, though, we do see a bullish candle close for the day. The concern would be that it is right into resistance. So if it doesn't get through, we could still see that leg lower. So right now my bias is neutral. If it gets through this resistance level, then I'll be looking for that move back through all the way into potentially into 1.3420. So for now, bias is neutral for dollar CAD. Looking at our silver here, it is very bullish right now. We see a big move to the upside here for silver here. And in terms of our targets here, we need to zoom out a bit. It has gone right through our resistance levels, so extremely bullish at the moment. Next target here is 30.70, and should it continue higher, we're looking at 31.20. So for now, bias is bullish here for silver. Gold here, this one also broke through the resistance here. Next target is 2080. So bullish bias here as well. It's just been on this bullish bullish move here, so still looking extremely bullish. The move, we don't see any sign of it going sideways at the moment, so bullish bias here for gold still. Oil here, oil dropped a little bit here, wasn't able to sustain that move higher, so I will look for it to drop a bit into 40.60 level here, and if it goes through that, we're looking at 40.30, so neutral to slightly bearish bias here for oil. Copper still trading in this range here. We see that price hasn't really done a whole lot. It's been stuck in this very tight range at the moment. Today's candle close is completely neutral. So basically I'm looking for a move back down towards 2.83, and if it holds up, looking for a move back up. So this is stuck in a range at the moment. So neutral bias for copper. Bitcoin here, this one looks bullish still. And if the price holds above today's low of 11,500, then we're looking for another move higher. 12,000 is the next target. And then above that, we're looking at 12,280. So bullish bias here for Bitcoin. Looking at commodities here, S&P 500, a nice bullish close for the day. So this is still looking bullish. Next target is 33.65. And then we are into the highs at 3,400. So bias is bullish here for S&P 500. Nasdaq here finally broke through that resistance. Bias is bullish. There were comments in regards to positive developments in terms of passing the stimulus package, and all of that is bullish here. So next target is 11,320 and then 11,500. So bullish bias for Nasdaq. Dow Jones as well, as we can see, broke through this resistance. It is looking bullish. And in this case, the target is 27,650. So bias here is bullish. And if it gets through that level, we're looking at 27,900. So bullish bias for Dow Jones as well. DAX here, this one has been trading sideways for a few days now. We see that price is stuck below this 12,000, almost 800 level here for the last several days. It's just been stuck in the sideways move. So I will look for a retest. And if it holds below, we're looking for that drop back down. So for now, bias is neutral for DAX. FTSE here, we see that FTSE has been struggling here with this resistance at 6110 level. And today we did see a drop, but then price pulled off of that. So we may see a retest of the 6110 level. And if it holds, we would look for that move lower. But should it go through that resistance, we're looking at 6150 as the next target. So bias here is slightly neutral to slightly bullish here. So for FTSE, so 6110 and then 6160 will be the next two targets. Nikkei here, Nikkei has been capped by this resistance level at the moment. 22,650 is the level we'll have to keep an eye on. We see for the last 3 days, it has failed to go through this resistance level. So as long as it holds below, I will look for a drop. And in this case, we are looking at first target would be 22,240, and then below that 22,000. So bias is neutral to bearish for Nikkei. All right, so that's it for today. Keep an eye on non-farm payroll numbers tomorrow, and I will see you on the weekend for our weekly analysis. That's it for now. Have a wonderful, wonderful Friday as well as the weekend. See you later. Bye for now.